What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Shosan, and I am damn happy to be here with you guys this week. We have some interesting things to talk about. I apologize about my disappearance last week, but that's not really important. You didn't come here to see me. You came here to see Veg's mom, who is
My mom
not her.
doesn't
She's
want
not
to
her. She's not
see you.
Anyway, no, let me go ahead and introduce my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts. Up first, of course, we have Mr. Pantherian.
Hey, I did the podcast last week by myself, but not really by myself, but with some IKEA people, and it was fun.
I heard Morphod showed up.
Yeah, he showed up, and it was scary for the new people, but it was
That's
nice.
awesome.
Awesome.
Did
I
he
like
go
it.
down- Did he go down the rabbit hole like he usually does?
He went to Wonderland. He went through the looking glass.
It's kind of funny
Yeah.
because like a few minutes before I left that night, I was going to be on, and then all of a sudden I couldn't be on. And a few minutes before I left, he sent me a message. He's like, "Are you going to be on the podcast tonight?" I'm like, "No." He's like, I'm not going on then. I have all my
No.
hates for you. Well, apparently he had hate for other people, so he ended up.
Yeah, I got in there, and I was about to do it basically like Dan Rather, like, and that's the way it was. Or that was with that Walter Cronkite, whichever one that was. But
Yeah,
anyway, I was
yeah.
gonna just do it myself, and
You'll do it live?
I was gonna do it
Fuck
live,
it.
and
Do it live.
but I got some people to do it with me.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
As
I
you
like
said,
it when people do it with me as well.
I like
So
when people do it with me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it's
always-
not bad if you don't have anyone to do it with. You can do it by yourself
You can
sometimes.
do it by yourself.
Nothing
you
wrong.
can. Yeah, I've heard that.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, then, speaking of doing it with himself, we have Mr. Vegito. Say hello.
I have a wife, thank you.
What are we talking? I'm not talking about your wife.
Wait, what?
Just saying.
Talking about your mom.
Hi-yo!
I don't live in West Virginia.
Wow, that's revealing and unnecessary. So
You
thank
couldn't
you.
live in West Virginia. You'd like expand beyond the borders.
No, your mom was expanded beyond the borders, and that's what
No, you're not.
like.
Hi-yo.
What are you talking about?
Hi-yo!
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Nobody does.
I think
Nobody
we're in the
ever
middle
does.
of the awesome and illustrious co-hosts.
Right. And speaking of, we of
Oh,
course have
I'm
Mr.
Vegito.
Ron Clay.
I'm Vegeta.
How's it going?
There you go. There's Ron Clay. So, you guys, let's go ahead and kick things off with my favorite part of the show. I can't wait for it. It's news!
Yay!
Good news, everyone.
Good
Ron,
news,
stay on
everyone.
that.
I fixed the frozen slime pipes. Okay, so I got to talk about this one because I had a freaking blast doing this last year. And I know all of my co-hosts now suddenly know what I'm talking about. Overwatch news, the summer games are coming back.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, ranked Lucio Ball, bitches. I can't wait.
Yep.
You're
It's gonna be
get ranking
ton of
points. You're gonna get comp points for it.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. It's every once in a while they do something that gets me back into playing Overwatch for like a few weeks, and this is another one of those things.
There are a lot of
Oh,
people,
yeah.
though,
Yeah. It's
who are super salty because they're like, I had last year's Summer Game skins and I thought they were going to be exclusive forever and I was going to be the only one who had them ever. And now other people are going to be getting them and they're not going to be worth as much.
Oh,
And to them I
because
say-
they're
to
worth
who?
they're
It's
worth
not like
something.
you can trade them.
No, exactly. They're like they were exclusive. And they're like, they were exclusive for an entire year.
Right.
And now some other people can get them.
Kind of like a PS4 exclusive.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, and so they did in fact confirm that the summer games are back. But then to top that news off, apparently some data miners have gone about doing their thing in Overwatch and have found 40 plus, over 40 freaking new summer items and behaviors.
39 sprays.
Behaviors have nothing to do with it.
and
You're getting ahead of yourself, there, show.
A little bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's lots of sprays and like one skin. Supposedly, Junkrat's getting a skin. I have to assume that it's a tennis ball launcher.
I that's a pretty
That'd
good
be great.
assumption. I would have to agree. Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. But Yeah, no, can't wait. Can't wait. That'll be fun. Let's see, what else? More Overwatch news. Overwatch is given the competitive points, as we kind of alluded to very, very briefly. So now these competitive points that you're getting in like Lucio Ball will count towards your PvP
Regular.
stuff,
Right. So
your
it's
gold
regular
items, and
competitive. Yep.
And what they're doing with this is they're doing a 3-week season. So it's kind of like this like ultra short season. They've made a bunch of changes to Lucio Ball 2. The alt is no longer a gravity well. You no longer press the alt button and get veg showing up. That doesn't happen anymore. They made them faster and you can hit the ball harder or something like that. But yeah, they changed a bunch of stuff. It should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Jordan said that if we were to have a beef with the skin issues, that the game is unmoddable, and older FPSs you can make whatever skins you want. But I mean,
yeah, that's
not many like PvP things people are able to mod.
And to be fair, you get moddable things in the smaller games. These big AAA titles aren't going to have these things. With the exception of, like, say, StarCraft.
I was going to say, though, that's kind of my point, though, and I kind of agree somewhat with him in that, there is like a, quote, arcade mode in Overwatch. It would be cool to do fan-made games or fan-made game modes or maps or stuff like that. And if you restrict it just to that sort of, I don't know, I guess, mode of gameplay, that would be kind of cool. That would definitely set it up there.
Yeah, doing moddable stuff is really cool too. Like, there's some people that have worked on StarCraft mods and now worked on like Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah,
as a developer for Blizzard. So I mean, it's nice when games can do that. I don't think all games should do that, and Overwatch certainly is high on the list of games I would not expect to be moddable.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense. But yeah, so I think that's it for Overwatch news. Let's move on to a bit of Blizzard news and something I'm not very informed on. That is to say everything in the show. But let's talk some Destiny 2 news here. So, what's going on here, Ron?
Well, apparently they're going to be restricting a lot of things with PC streaming for Destiny 2. The goal of this is to reduce potential avenues for cheating. But I mean, it's like the things that they're eliminating is like you can't have overlays. You can only stream it a certain way on OBS. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing that's going to wreck someone's stream because someone's streaming it. I mean, you're still going to be able to put a camera up over the window,
Yeah, like OBS has to be in window. Like, you have to run the game in borderless window mode. You can't use game capture and full screen, which is fine, but it uses more system resources, so it's harder to run the game. And there's like
yeah, it's going to annoy some people. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just don't fully understand their rationale behind it, though.
I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if they require this, then it's harder to inject code or whatever. I'm just guessing, but I think that by doing this,
that'd be fair.
To use like trainers and cheaters and stuff.
Yeah, it's basically them going overboard with the whole cheating thing. It's an MMO. They don't want people to get a leg up on someone by doing something that's unsavory. So they're trying to cut it off before it happens. To be fair, the restrictions they're making aren't that terrible.
No, but like other than aimbots and stuff like that, though, was Destiny, did that have a big community that was hacking and exploiting the game? I don't know. I never really played it.
There was at one point for the first Destiny, there was a quote unquote loot cave where there was just like an endless supply of like these little minions that would die, and you could easily just get epics upon epics upon epics.
Yeah, but that wasn't something you hacked the game for.
No, but that was an exploit, though.
It was an exploit, but we're talking about things where somebody actually can hack the game.
I mean,
like code injection or
there was people who did that too on PS4, and it fucking pissed me off. When you shoot somebody, you shot them in the head, and they don't die, and they fucking shotgun you from like a mile away. that pisses you off, and that happens in Halo and other games.
To be fair, though, some of that can be attributed to lag or
no,
you
I'm
know,
sorry, but you
latency.
cannot snipe someone with a fucking a shotgun, dude. There's no
No.
way in hell.
That would be fair. Yeah.
Especially with the.
I don't know.
No,
I think Destiny was so overhyped when it was first launched. I played it for about, I don't know, an hour, and it just wasn't interesting.
Well, if you want to talk about overhyped games, I mean, No Man's Sky. But anyway.
Well, that one too. Yeah.
What's up, Ruddy S?
Yeah, what's going on? All right, so let's move on to a bit of Middle Earth news, which is a fun freaking game. Now, in the Middle Earth Shadow of War, they are now introducing a marketplace. Yeah, market.
It's loot boxes. It's paid loot boxes.
Yay, loot boxes.
So it's a
What's wrong with that, though?
It's a single-player game with microtransactions.
Yeah. But it could be fun. I mean, that's...
No.
Does it sound like something that could be fun, just Joe?
It could be. Depending on what's in there. I mean, it offers a lot of possibilities to do different stuff in the game. Are they going to milk it for everything that they can? Yes. I mean, that's what microtransactions are there for. But I think it opens up a good possibility of better gameplay and future things to do.
No, you should be able to unlock everything without paying in a single player game. That's an end of speech. You should be able to do that. You should not have to pay for game content in a single player game. Unless it's DLC. Like if there's a DLC pack of a bunch of stuff and you pay for the DLC and then you get all that shit without unlocking it. Or like you pay for the DLC and it's got challenges, and by doing the challenges you unlock that stuff, fine, like whatever. But you shouldn't have to pay for random loot shit for a game you already own.
I kind of see it as like the Diablo 3 market. It's just, it's there to be there. It's pointless.
But it's gone. The Diablo 3 market is gone because it was fucked up.
Well, I know that, but I see it like that, and why does it exist? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, why add that? Is this in the new one or is this in the old one? I'm sorry.
This is in the new one, Shadow of War.
Why? Just it's like the whole thing against
Blah, 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 blah.
For Honor.
Yeah, you're
Are you thinking For Honor?
Oh my god, it's like it's pointless. It honestly is.
You can see the steam coming out of his ears.
No,
he is. He's trying really hard.
Trying.
But
Veg, you played Ark, right?
Yes.
Ruddy's asked for what's your view on Ark Survival on PS4?
I haven't played it on PS4, but just in general, it's just like it feels like it's still an unfinished game.
Is it?
Well, the Ark Survival Evolved is got a release date of next month, so maybe that'll feel more finished.
No.
Yeah. I don't.
Have you played it? It's released next month. You don't know.
I have it on PC. And I have the expansion. You turd ducket.
Well, they're getting a extra major feature too.
I need a definition on
I was
ducket.
in the middle of reading this when you said something about Ark. I'm like, oh, well, this is relevant.
Yeah.
Ron's kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Outside of Minecraft, I can't abide survival games. They just seem so monotonous to me. I
stopped playing Grav a while ago because it's just it's like farming in WoW,
Even with like Minecraft as an example, I usually spend most of my time in creative mode. I can't do survival. I don't know why. It's but anyway. All right.
Meanwhile, I'm deciding if I want to buy PUBG.
What's that one?
People like it.
PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I don't know. That's another one I don't think I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
we'll
seems
see.
like a big hit with the people that like the first-person shooters. It's definitely a different style because it's basically a battle royal, last one standing. It's
huge open
very
world.
interesting.
I still don't like that game.
Like I'll watch it, but I don't think I'd play
H1Z1
it.
ripoff.
Yeah, it really is.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And who the hell invited Morphod into this? Well, that's not
Morph.
Morphod.
That's not Morphod. That's
That's not
Morthif.
Morphod.
That's a different More.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Jackass.
apologize. My
More
fonts
Morphs.
are small.
But who do you
More
apologize to? Morthif or Morphod?
No,
I think you
Morthif.
apologize to Morthif.
Yes,
I do.
Yeah,
you-
Morthif, definitely.
Yes.
Morphod.
Morphod. You can keep
No, Morphod
Thank you.
can
Fucked.
he can eat a bag. Okay,
So let's
that's all.
talk
a
I'm
bag
about-
of baby dicks.
Ooh.
See, you had to take it there. I wasn't gonna
I
take
was-
it there.
I am taking it there every time you say something like that.
Eat
It
a
is
whole
going there.
fucking bag. All right. No, all right. So let's move on just
Where
a
the
little
fuck
bit.
is he too?
Please
He was
move
here
on,
earlier
please.
today.
Was he? All right.
he was.
So let's talk about the international run. I mean, this is a big deal again. How
I
much
don't
are we
know.
up to for the
I don't know.
winners?
Should Dan take a drink here? It's not technically league.
It's pretty damn close,
I
though.
mean, it's Dota 2.
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't know anything about it, but
See?
also I had a lot of wine at dinner, so I'm
Okay,
not
so we won't talk about league then. Dota 2 is up to $23.7 million for the
God,
prize pool, the biggest in esports history. They
Which
are
is-
killing it.
absolutely insane. I mean, the lottery is barely that much. I mean, shit.
It's insane.
It's like 230 million.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
counting?
it's a little
Who the hell's
higher.
counting? You know.
Literally 10 times more.
All the people who can't count show.
Hey, for the record, I have an Oklahoma public education. Okay, I can count just fine up to 10.
And I have a Pennsylvania one. I have
So,
an Amish education.
so you can't count past 2.
Yeah, fuck you too.
So what really interests me about this is that this is like the highest. It's the highest amount in esports history. Yet this game is not even in the top 10 for the most played.
Right,
That's-
right,
I mean, we were
And
talking
yet-
about Ark Survival Evolved. That's played more than Dota 2.
absolutely. And yet, doesn't, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it slated for ESPN as well this year?
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
So-
It's
It is a big deal, but that's the thing, right? They don't really do League on ESPN, but they will do Dota.
Mhm.
You know, they get the huge arenas and all this cash money,
And then League of
Or-
Legends is the most played game.
which
Currently.
doesn't do nearly what Dota 2 does for the international.
Just
It's just
absolutely
kind of
insane.
weird. Yeah.
You're weird.
There's a site called newzoo.com that has this information. I actually saw it. It's interesting. Blizzard's got 3 in the top 10, of course. Hearthstone,
Yeah.
WoW, and Overwatch.
Yep.
PUBG is there at number 7. Minecraft is number 2, if you can believe that.
No, I
How
believe
old is
it.
that game?
What, almost a decade now?
Yeah, it's been out there for a while. World of Tanks is pretty old too. That's number 8.
Yeah.
Twitch
Wait, who's
make-
number
or,
one?
Notch making the money.
League of Legends.
Yep.
League of Legends is number 1. Minecraft number 2. Hearthstone 3. CS:GO is 4. WoW's 5. Overwatch 6. PUBG 7. World of Tanks 8. Payday 2 is 9th. That seems
Interesting.
like one of these things is not like the other.
Right.
After all their crap that happened with that DLC, I'm surprised.
Yeah. And
Right.
then, GTA 5 is 10th.
See, the thing that kills me, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if I thought a card game would be in the top 5 of the most watched things on Twitch, I would have told you you're insane.
I can't believe
Who
Blizzard-
wants to
Blizzard
watch
did
a
that.
card game?
I get that they released the card game. I'm just surprised it did as well as it did.
Right,
hard
that's
game.
my point.
And-
Like, I
Yeah.
never would have thought that it would have done that.
It's Magic, but better.
Right.
Because there's less to know.
Well, also Magic Online is shitty, and so if you want to play a game like that online, you can play Hearthstone.
Mhm.
And they did it, like you said, there's less to know. So it's like the reason why I play Heroes and not League is because
Yeah.
There's less
League's-
to know.
Yeah,
Less
you
of a
gotta know-
barrier to entry.
Yeah,
you can
League
just
is
play
the higher
game.
ranked game there.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't even see Heroes on the list at all. So-
Which reminds me, you know, I was watching South Park the other day. Have you seen the Magic the Gathering episode
Yes.
where the
Cockfighting.
kids got into cock magic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cock Magic.
Cock magic.
Oh, it was brilliant.
That's legit.
A bunch of roosters with black and white decks or whatever your style was playing Magic.
But
Yeah.
Randy didn't get it.
It's
Randy went on to real Cock Magic.
Yeah. It's the most brutal, manly thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Anyway, all right. I think that's about it that we have for news immediately, unless you guys have something else that's popping off.
If
Oh, it's not video game related, but it's entertainment related. Did you
Talk
hear about
Magic?
No.
Oh.
Entertainment. Shut up. No. Did you hear about like the Game of Thrones hack and whatever? They actually
bad week for HBO.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like even I know that's some horse shit that people are doing.
I missed this. What's going on?
They hacked the HBO people, and they basically got the script and the video for next week's Game of Thrones.
If you want to watch tomorrow's Game of Thrones tonight, you can do that.
Oh, interesting.
So.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit for doing it, but yeah.
I still haven't watched beyond season 4, so I'd be just as lost watching it anyway. So pointless.
Yeah.
But
if you have Amazon Prime, hop on Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch
Prime,
you can get Day of the Tentacle for free.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome game.
Okay.
Awesome game. Well worth it.
That's all I got.
So, okay. All right, well, let's move on to my favorite part of the show. You guys love it. I love it too, because this is the part. No, not yet. No, yeah. You gotta keep up. Yeah, what the fuck? No, not what the fuck.
Downloads?
Yeah, downloads. No, it's games.
Oh, games.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what the hell we've been doing, any suggestions that we have. It has been a crazy week, so I'm just going to knock mine out first. I got a brand new game completely free to play. If you're at all into flight sims or like the flight combat, stuff like that, go look up War Thunder. Really, really fun game. Again, free to play. It's on Steam. They've got their own launcher as well off their site. Yeah, a lot of fun. Now, of course, I have a Oculus Rift, so I've been playing it a bit in VR as well. Works perfect with my HOTAS that I have set up. Yeah, a lot of fun. Again, completely free. Go check it out. A lot of fun. Other than that, Elite Dangerous, of course, in full frontal VR. It's the most beautiful thing ever. I mean, right in your face, full frontal. But that's all I got.
They're just right there.
I mean, dual freaking binary star systems right in your face. It's beautiful. Big binary star systems. You just want to motorboat them. But I'm not, because I usually don't warp speed through.
And I'm going to give the chat a little heads up of what's coming here. Just type this out there.
Facepalm 1.
Joe, do you like women with arthritis in their hands?
Yeah, how did you know?
Yeah.
Favorite thing in the world. I'm telling you. All right, Ben, what have you been playing?
Why do I do this every week?
You motorboating bastard.
So, Veg, someone save it.
No, Pence, you're up.
No, Pence,
you're up.
Oh, I played some Diablo 3, but I hate set dungeons, so I'm probably not going to get any further this season yet again. Played a little Super Hot. I think I'm probably going to finish it pretty soon, but it's...
Got to try Super Hot in VR, just saying.
It's like a separate game, I think.
I think it might be.
And I don't have a VR system, so that would make it hard. Some
Fail.
Overwatch, some Heroes. That's mostly it. I'm going to finish out Super Hot. I'm going to finish out Ori and the Blind Forest because I really like it, but I just
can you say what that is again?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori?
Ori. I love it.
Ori. Hallowed are the Ori.
No one can trust wording because you call melee. It's melee, you douche.
Both are acceptable.
Veg has a point. If anybody,
he has no point. Both are acceptable.
Also, Hearthstone.
Both are not acceptable.
Hearthstone, yes,
Hearthstone.
Oh my god!
I just do this to piss Dan off.
Did you not ever watch Stargate? The Ori, hallowed are the Ori. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll friggin' burn
All
the
right.
planet down if you don't listen. They did that. Yeah, that's all. I was on a business trip for like the entire week, so I didn't get much time to play.
I hear you. Work sucks. All right, Veg.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
Some co-op StarCraft 2 because none of you assholes play it.
With who?
A friend of mine. You don't know him, so don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Jesus, secretive much?
No, his name is Mr. Halverson, and you
Okay,
haven't
I
played
don't.
with him. Yeah, so shut the fuck up. I know you haven't
I was
played
gonna
with
say if it was Lothar bot, I know him.
No, I don't know him. I've been playing that a lot. I've also been playing a bit of League of Legends here and there. I've won all my games with Lux, Miss Fuck Me Eyes.
Oh, the fuck me eyes. I mean, those eyes. I mean, they're right there.
Every
It's
time
beautiful.
so far, I played against the Heimerdinger, and Heimerdinger is not a counter to Lux. Lux is a counter to him. So I was like, what the fuck are you people doing?
But I mean, they're right there. I mean, the irises just like are sticking out at you, all erect and stuff.
Yeah. That's what
Oh, Jesus. God damn it. Why? Why? Why is this a thing?
You started
Oh
it.
my
I
God.
finished it.
Ron, quit
I regret
finishing up
everything.
podcasts.
I've also been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 again. I haven't played because there's like a shit ton of expansions, and what they do every time that they add an expansion is they add new characters from like the anime, and they add a bunch of other maps so you can get their unlockables, like the super attacks and the ultimate attacks. It's a lot of fun.
I saw a Xenoverse Kermit the Frog thing going on.
Awesome. See, that I would play.
I don't know what it was, but it was funny.
I don't know what. Yeah, but I've been playing mostly those. EVE Online has been interesting. I found out that that Goon Swarm wants to break up the Drone Alliance, which is basically just a giant blue donut, and they want to break that up so that there's just content everywhere. They're a bunch of cunts and cancerous people. They're basically like 4chan of EVE Online.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
saying
Well,
a lot,
that's
actually.
Yeah, you don't have to say much
That's-
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Wow.
That's what they are. Like you wanna say what they are. That's what they are. They're the 4chan of EVE Online. Thank you. They're the 4chan of EVE Online. They're a bunch of assholes.
No,
Yeah,
Veg,
they have-
move the can.
I am.
Cancer. Thank you.
They have trillions. Not.
I don't need to
billions,
see your cans.
but,
Hi-yo.
Drink.
so it's ridiculous. It honestly is. Like, so they're stirring the pot again on EVE Online. So you're going to be hearing a bit more of that. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I've been.
Fantastic.
Oh, and Diablo 3 with my wife because that's fun.
Yeah, it's unique.
Ron, if
It's-
it says anything, Resnick used to fly with Goon Swarm.
He's a
What is
Okay,
that?
yeah, that says a lot.
Why does that sound familiar?
You shouldn't sound familiar to you.
There's a gentleman that Ron and I know that
Oh,
just he's a good guy, but his in-game character was always exactly the guy that you would think would fly with Goon Swarm.
gotcha. Okay. I don't know. I think you probably brought the name up before, and that's where that
Probably,
comes
yeah,
from.
We've talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ron, what have you been playing, man?
Jesus, what haven't I been playing? I unlocked hardcore mode on sublevel 0 after looks like 3.2 hours. So it was pretty fast. I got through it pretty quick. Playing a little Particle Fleet Emergence because I've been watching people play it online and I've realized I hadn't completed all the side missions, so I did that. Been failing hard at Spelunky. I suck at that game. I suck at. Apparently, I've played it for 24 hours and I still can't win the game. So it's pretty hard. I'm doing something kind of neat on Wild Wednesday now for my Wednesday streams. Since I finished all the Humble Bundle games, I'm now spinning a wheel where the piece sizes are the less percentage of achievements I have in a game, the bigger the piece size.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
So I've been going through a bunch of games, and the ones I got this week were Ninja Pizza Girl, Space Chem, Octodad, which has fucking ridiculous achievements, and a game called Ellipsis, which that's kind of a fun mouse game.
You also got fucking ridiculous control scheme for Octodad.
Well, I mean,
That game is impossible to play.
I actually played it on controller because, hey, one of the achievements is to use a controller.
Oh, there you go.
So I got that really quick. And it's actually a little easier on controller than it is normally. But I mean, like one of them, you remember the very first scene, the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And there's these things, you're supposed to go down the aisle and not hit anything, right?
Right.
Well, there's these plants and they're lined up perfectly. And what you have to do is push the backmost one over and have it push all the others like dominoes in one line. It is fucking impossible. I rage quit that achievement. I was like, I'm done with this achievement.
Yeah.
So, I got to play a little bit of Descent Underground, and the reason I did was because Descent Underground is now affiliated with a company called Bright Locker, and Bright Locker paid the streamer, you may know him, Burke Black.
Sounds familiar.
Pirate guy.
Oh yeah.
He started playing this game. And he got so many people playing the game. There were like 12-player games in Descent Underground. The previous biggest game I played was like 4.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to get in on this. And I started playing, and it's like the very first game after not playing for months, I was 3rd out of 12. I'm like, it's pretty good. Played a couple team games, a lot of fun. The control scheme still sucks, unfortunately, for mouse players because they're not interested in bouncing for mouse. So they're leaving it really bad. So unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be playing that a whole lot.
What is it balanced for? Controller?
Yeah, they're balancing it for controller.
Yeah.
It sucks because not a lot of people are going to be playing it on controller.
Yeah, you'd think they would open it up for multiple avenues.
Yeah. So Overload's got it much better. I finally figured out how to play Really Big Sky at 1080p without it being stupid. I found a program called what's this thing? WinSize 2. And what that allows you to do, it allows you to take a window and position it on your screen, including off screen. So you take the upper left corner and you move it like just off screen so that the title bar is out of the way and the entire screen is the game area. And it plays so good. I really love that game. And I didn't play it because I couldn't get it to work correctly. And I finally found something that does it. So very cool. And then the big thing that's going on is today starts Condor Season 6 for Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'm in trouble. I'm pretty much starting this season where I finished last season. And last season, I got like 3 wins in that division out of 14 games. It was pretty bad. So I might be doing a reverse of what I did last season. So because it's an ELO ranked system, I'm not really looking to see how many wins I'm going to get. I just want to keep my rating as high as possible. If I can get back to where I am now, that'd be great. But I don't know. But my first 3 matchups are Moyuma, who is the Season 3 champion, I believe. Squega, who I have yet to beat, and Spooty Biscuit.
Oh, you're done. Yeah,
pepperonis.
Game over.
So, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing a lot of casts on my channel for this. I'm looking forward to it.
Holes in a gangbang. You're the one that's going to be fucked.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
a good way of putting it.
A fairly apt description.
And then one last thing to note.
Spooty Biscuit.
One last thing to note. Ding, bitches. Level 10 in Ingress.
Ooh, look at you. Yeah.
Ingress?
Ingress.
God damn it, Ron.
Yeah, just...
I love you, Dad. I love you.
Hey, did you want to...
You also play Pokemon Go?
No one plays Pogo.
Pokemon Go?
It's kind of funny because in the community that I'm in, Pogo is very much unliked. It's really funny.
You play Pago?
Pago, yes, Pago.
Pogo?
Yeah,
It sounds like a painter. Pago.
When you went to LA, did you get what you wanted to do done?
Not exactly. I forgot about. Oh, I was going to mention this. Yeah. So I went to Louisiana for the land not too long ago, and on the way there, I tried to make these massive fields, and I was like an hour away from completing it, and somebody out of my initial portal, which is basically they turned it to their side, and I would have had to go 2 hours the other way to fix it. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So on the way back, I tried it again with a smaller area, and I got my first 2 portals down. I got the line down, and I kind of researched. I wanted to get this portal, that portal. And I could have gotten 3 nice fields in a row, and I get to a place called what the fuck's the name of it? It's like a border town with Louisiana and Texas.
Wait, Ron, are you enlightened?
I don't know. Yes.
Damn fraud.
Yeah, Vinton, Louisiana. And I took out one of the portals that was creating a link in my way. And as soon as I did that, the person who had previously owned the portal, keep in mind, this is 4 o'clock in the fucking morning on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I get a thing in chats that's just the eyes emoji.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh God, I gotta hurry. I took out the other one that was in the way, and I got the field down. 112,000 mine units for the field. If you know what that means, that you know that's a very large number of mine units. Covered all of Lake Jackson, or Lake Charles, and a couple of the areas around it. As soon as I did that, he got that church back that I had flipped and made a link to it so that I could not make any more fields because I would have had to go on the other side of the link to do it. But I got one down, and I was happy with that. It was fun.
Nice. Yeah.
I
No, it sounds like fun.
ran over a raccoon getting that first portal too.
Good for you. I mean, just balls to the wall. You will own that fucking field. God damn it.
Yeah, well, the rental car did not. I mean, it survived, but the inside of the wheel well is all torn up and shit.
Wait, the car survived, or
Yeah,
the
car
raccoon
survived. The
Okay.
raccoon did not survive. The raccoon got fucked. I actually saw it going the other way. Oh, yep, there's the raccoon. It's not going anywhere.
Rip.
Someone's eating well tonight.
Yeah. Oh, how funny. Awesome. All right. Anything else from anybody? No. Fucking crickets once again. All right. Well, let's move on to my favorite part of the show. I've been waiting for this. It's welling up inside me. I can't stand it anymore. Woo! It's the 6 Gaming Roundtable. Was that a little over the top?
You need a towel after that.
Yeah,
That was a little
Awkward.
a little over the top, a little awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like.
All right. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. All right.
You just touched it and felt it, and it was disgusting.
It was yeah. I need a shower now. All right, but first, let's go ahead and go over this. So what this is a part of the show where we ask you guys, yes, you guys in our awesome and illustrious chat, as well as my so-so co-hosts, question. And
we're also asking this to our 3 newest followers at Sharp HS, Red Eyes 1980, and Dijortaro Unchained.
Bless you.
Don't hurt yourself with that one. Yeah. Wow. But of course, yeah, we want to hear from you guys. So this week's roundtable is brought to us by none other than Mr. Vegito. So please, what are we talking this week?
Okay, so I wasn't here for last podcast, but from what you guys have told me, you did talk about it, which was Phantom Lord. He came back.
Oh, Phantom Lord.
After a year of a hiatus, he came back. But the reason why he took that hiatus was because he was on a betting website all the time, and it turned out that he was the one that on that website. Like, he owned it. He scammed all those kids and whatnot. He scammed millions of dollars out of people. You know, for the adults, I'm not so sad, but the kids, it's just horrifying because they're like 12 to 14 years old, betting on a CSGO website, losing thousands and thousands of dollars.
And of course, we have talked about this in the past, whether or not kids should be betting and gambling and blah, blah, blah. But
well, the universal answer is no, but
right.
So a couple weeks ago, he came back after this, and he started streaming on YouTube because guess what? He's banned on Twitch. Go fucking figure. So
yeah, he's got it coming.
So, and he's doing the same, like, if you've ever watched any of his newer streams, he's doing the exact same thing he did when he left a year ago. He's still on that betting website. He's still scamming people out of money. But my question is, you know, if he didn't do that, if he just went to other games and started streaming them, should he be accepted back into the community or not?
You know, to me, Wow, there's some noise. To me, it's almost like, should we allow trolls on the internet? I mean, if you boil it kind of down, that's essentially what's going on. So I have to wonder, how could you stop someone like that? I mean, all they're going to do would be change names, change uh, personas, change emails, and then they're right back out there doing exactly what they've been doing in the past.
But the thing is
So
that he's not though. Like he's still going by Phantom Lord. Like he's still going by his still original name.
Well, he's still
Right.
banned from Twitch. He's
Yeah.
just coming back on YouTube, and he's trying to do some kind of type of legal fight with Twitch TV now.
Well,
right,
he's-
which he won't win, but
no, he won't. But
Twitch is in their right to ban whoever the fuck they want.
right, yep, very clearly. So to me, it's not so much should he be allowed, right? It should be. This is just me. Should we as a community rally behind getting rid of individual X, Y, and Z? But that, of course, presents other issues, like how do you go about that? What would be a legal means of doing it? Can you essentially censor the internet? And of course, I do not believe in that. Everything should be free and open. So if you're the type of person, and I hate to say this, who's going to get scammed or who's likely to get scammed, well, then that's on you because you didn't do your research. I hate to be cold about it, but I absolutely refuse to allow censorship or moderation of the internet.
I would normally agree with you though, Show.
So-
Like if you're an adult and you get scammed, that's your fucking fault.
Yeah, it's just
If you're a
that's
teenager,
my
you're-
very, very hardcore belief. You can't censor the internet, and you shouldn't.
And I'm
So
not saying to censor it, but I mean, at the same time, when you scam kids out of thousands of dollars because of their skins on CS:GO, that's some horse shit.
right, but what do you do if you permanently ban this individual from these websites?
And he should
Again, you're censoring. You're preventing content.
right, but at the same time, you're preventing someone who's doing something illegal and something manipulative to teen. And he specifically like his new Twitch or his new YouTube. I'm sorry. He's specifically targeting kids now, and he is because he knows that they're easy to manipulate. He has a hardcore fan base who just sucks his dick. You know.
Wow. Okay.
Didn't know Coles was a part of that.
Well,
I know. Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I loved Phantom Lord when he was doing his League of Legends and stuff like he was funny. He was outrageous. He was exuberant, and he had good music taste, and he still does have good music taste. But he's now he's outright just scamming, people again. Like the adults, I don't feel sorry for whatsoever because they're fucking idiots. But the kids, they don't know what true gambling or what that problem is yet because they're kids.
Right, but here's the thing, right? This was brought up in several legal battles. Parents go to Apple or to Microsoft or whatever, and they say, oh, my kid racked up $1,000, $10,000 in microtransactions, but I didn't authorize that, right? It's the same sort of situation. How do you prevent your kids then from spending either their money or their parents' money? It's hard to regulate that sort of stuff.
But the thing is that they're kids. They don't have experience in that field. I don't feel sorry.
Right, but kids don't have experience in drugs either, but they do it anyway. They're going to experiment. They're going to play. They're going to do these sort of things.
Well, that's
Right,
exactly why I don't think that he should be back allowed on Twitch.
Yep.
No, I completely support his ban on Twitch. I think YouTube would be good as well. But again, you're getting into dangerous territory.
You have to be like a neo-Nazi to be kicked off of YouTube these days.
Yeah, you really do.
Or a copyright infringer by just playing a video game on there, and the music gets caught for copyright.
Even though there are hundreds of channels streaming YouTube or South Park and Family Guy and everything else 24/7.
Yep.
Never mind all that.
YouTube's fighting a losing fight. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Back in
they have
the
been
space.
for years now. And I'm not saying censor freedom of speech or well, if that freedom of speech infringing
Words mean things. Infringement.
Thank you, Pence. If it does that to people, you know, if it hurts them, you know, and I mean not like in just in like a little bit, but I mean like out of thousands of dollars, because Valve got rid of the betting sites or tried to at their very best because of this, you know, and he's already back doing it. I honestly, he's just a piece of shit now to me. Like I get being an edgelord and a, you know, and a troll, like I get that, and I support it, you know, I get fucking with people.
You would support trolls.
It's hilarious. Like if you're dumb enough to believe it, you're the dumbass. Like you're a fucking idiot who believes in that, and that should be your sentence, to be forever trolled by idiots because you're the bigger idiot. You know, that's how I see it. But when you start scamming teenagers and kids out of money because they don't know better, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Like the adults, if they get scammed out of money, that's their own prerogative. They're adults. But he's scamming kids. He's not scamming adult. Well, he was scamming adults, but when you scam a kid out of money, you know, you are the biggest piece of shit. Like, if you did that, you know, like, oh, hey, I have this cheat for World of Warcraft. I can get you to 110 and, you know, under a day without you questing. And, you know, all you have to do is this. You know, you're a giant piece of shit, you know.
I get what you're saying, but I'll tell you what. Let's ask the one guy who's actually got a kid, right? Pent, what's your take on this? He's muted.
If someone's preying on children,
there you go.
They can eat a dick, and people can. They deserve whatever they get.
Right.
I mean, think about like there are certain things that we became accustomed to through kind of trial and error when it wasn't a big deal. Like, you know, think about mid 90s and you went to a website and there was a big flashing thing that said, you were the 1 millionth visitor to the website, click here to claim your prize.
Right.
Like everyone clicked on it at least once, but what happened? You got a bunch of pop-ups. Mm-hmm. Like, big deal now. But now when someone's scamming kids using something like that don't know any better, we're talking about real viruses that encrypt your hard drive and stuff. Like, things have changed a lot since it used to be. And if you're an adult and you get scammed, like you said, like, that's tough shit. You weren't paying attention. But if someone's specifically preying on kids, there's a problem with that.
Right. I guess the issue is, you know, how do you prevent it, though, is kind of what I see. Because there's always the dark web. There's always other ways of doing things. Now, Morthif said scamming people out of money may fall under other laws, but trying to invoke censorship to protect some dumb kids isn't the answer. And I tend to agree, you know.
I agree with that. At the same time, it should be specifically targeted at people who've been caught red-handed doing it. You know, because he's been known to do it before, as well as a couple of YouTubers who got banned for it because they own that website and scammed people out of millions. You know, those people should be punished for that, and some have been, but he has not yet.
But again, I think we're still having this legal battle, though. How do you punish virtual items? Yes, there's real money, right? But a lot of this is not real, basically. You know, they're just video games. It's, I don't know. I guess it's kind of the equivalent of betting on dog races, you know, except the dogs aren't real. I don't know where I was going with this, so I'm just going to shut up. Yeah.
But the court of law already accepts it, though, because there's already been YouTubers who were jailed and fined for it. For the exact same thing he's been doing. Because it does fall under the betting laws. You know, you bet on something, you know, it's understandable, it's a law, and you have to be taxed for it, you know, wherever you are. You know, they said fine, that's acceptable, but when you let kids bet on your website, that makes it illegal.
Right.
But the thing is that he didn't go punished for this. And that's the part that confuses me the most.
But who's to say that they're not building a case on this guy? You know, it's not unheard of for police or investigative authorities to let somebody continue things for years, even before they've built up a case in order to prosecute.
That's
So
true, but
maybe something is in the works, and we just don't know about it yet.
But the thing is, though, he already self-incriminated himself on multiple accounts since like 2015. You know, as soon as he stopped
Right.
playing League of Legends, he went right to the CS:GO betting. You know, and then he got basically shut down for a year because he was already a millionaire, and everyone's already assuming he blew through that millions,
Yeah, probably.
and that's why he's back
Probably.
doing it again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very fortunate because if you look at the Facebook fan page, they, you know, there's the trolls, of course. They're like, oh, why the fuck are you warning people about this guy? You know, if you got scammed, you got scammed. You know, in a sense, I'm right with you. I'm right there with that with that troll. But at the same time, I'm not, because he scammed kids. You know, and that's my biggest issue, is that he scammed kids. I don't care if he scammed people. If you're fucking dumb enough to do that, that's your own goddamn fault. You know, he should be
Kids are people too, Veg.
Yeah.
Kids are little assholes, but they're dumb assholes. So you have to at least train them enough to make sure that they're just assholes, and not, you know, inexperienced ones like
So,
me.
so
I
what
do
you're
like-
saying is your mom failed with you.
Oh, miserably, yeah.
Here's the thing, right? He didn't even say raise kids, bring them up properly.
So train.
He said train your kid.
Like you're training them to go to the bathroom or something.
I know, it's crazy. You know?
If you train your kid to be an asshole, he'll be successful at life.
Wow, that's not dark and depressing at all.
Well, the world is dark and depressing. If you make him able to fight that dark
Ah.
and depressingness, then he knows what the fuck he's doing, and that's a lie. But I want to give false hope to people.
You would. You're my regular fucking Jesus Christ. That's what you are.
Am I your personal Jesus?
Something like that. Something like that. You're definitely a beacon. Whether or not it's the right one to follow is
I'm the beacon
questionable.
from Mordor.
You're something. All right. Well, does anybody else have anything they want to throw in here?
No.
No? Oddly silent today, Penth. We need to get some more wine in you next week.
I'm really tired.
I see that. Well, then let's go ahead and wrap things up so that my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts here can at least go to bed at a decent hour this week. And yes, that means you guys too in our chat. God damn it. Go get some sleep. What the fuck are you doing on Twitch this late? Except following us, which you should absolutely do every single week right here on twitch.tv. So that's my little shameless plug. Of course, you guys, this has been the Six Gaming Podcast. I am so very, very happy that you guys decided to join us this week, as odd and dark as it got, and Veg's mom, of course. So I need to let my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts say goodnight. So, Mr. Vegito, please say goodnight, sir.
Yo, if you want to hook up with my mom, just let me know and I'll Facebook message her.
Wow, digital pimp, hard at work.
I'm sad that she hasn't responded to this clip yet.
She
Yeah,
just
she
ignores
will.
you because she knows you're married.
Right, she will.
But
She
it's not
will.
me though. It's you and Joe.
I didn't say nothing that you can prove.
Would you like me to play this clip?
No.
Okay.
Sadly, it's
What I
on the
thought.
internet. It's there.
It's done.
too late.
You're done.
Yeah, I'll just dig myself deeper. Mr. Pantherian, say goodnight, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Finally, Runckley.
Boom, bitches.
Boom, bitches. All right, you guys. Thank you again so very much for joining us. I'm, of course, your host, Shosan. Join us right here every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Time. You can do the math yourself to figure out what time zone you live in and when our show is on. But do yourself a favor and do the math anyway. It's definitely well worth it. So thank you once again. I would, of course, be remiss if I didn't ask Mr. Runckley to end it. So would you please, sir, take it away?
See you, bye.